Shockwaves ripped through daytime television when Joy Behar stunned audiences by walking off set after a fiery on-air clash with Hollywood legend Harrison Ford. What started as a tense exchange quickly spiraled into a moment no one saw coming, leaving co-hosts frozen and viewers wondering if this was truly the end. It was supposed to be another headline-making morning on The View, the long-running talk show known for its sharp political debates and unfiltered celebrity interviews. Instead, it turned into one of the most dramatic live moments in recent memory. As cameras rolled and millions watched from home, a heated disagreement between Behar and Ford escalated beyond playful banter. Voices rose, interruptions flew, and then, in a move that instantly set social media ablaze, Joy Behar stood up and walked off the set live on air. The segment began innocently enough. Harrison Ford, in town promoting his latest project, joined the panel with his trademark dry wit and understated charm. The audience applauded enthusiastically as he took his seat, offering a polite smile and nod to each co-host. Joy Behar, never one to shy away from bold commentary, opened with a pointed question that blended politics and pop culture, a signature move that longtime viewers have come to expect. At first, the exchange felt spirited but controlled. Ford responded with a measured answer, lightly deflecting the political undertone and steering the conversation back to his work. Behar pressed again, reframing her question and challenging his perspective. The energy in the room shifted. The other co-hosts attempted to interject, laughing nervously and offering transitional comments, but neither Behar nor Ford seemed ready to yield the floor. Ford's demeanor remained calm, yet firm. He clarified his stance, emphasizing nuance and urging against oversimplification. Behar countered swiftly, suggesting that public figures carry a responsibility to speak plainly on major issues. The back and forth quickened. Interruptions overlapped. What may have been intended as spirited debate began to feel deeply personal. The audience grew noticeably quieter. Ford leaned forward, his tone sharpening just slightly as he pushed back on what he described as putting words in my mouth. Behar, visibly frustrated, responded that she was merely asking the questions viewers were thinking. The chemistry that typically fuels compelling daytime television now felt combustible. One co-host attempted to pivot the discussion back to Ford's film, but the tension lingered. Ford made a comment suggesting that constant political framing can exhaust meaningful dialogue. Behar interpreted it as a dismissal of the show's format. Her response was immediate and cutting, defending the panel's role in addressing complex topics. Then came the moment that changed everything. Ford, with a subtle shake of his head, remarked that not every disagreement needs to be amplified into outrage. The implication seemed to strike a nerve. Behar shot back that minimizing debate is part of the problem. Their voices overlapped again, louder this time. The moderator tried to regain control, reminding everyone they were live. Behar turned slightly away from Ford, exhaling audibly. "If we can't have an honest conversation without being told we're the problem," she began, her voice tight, "then maybe this isn't the conversation to have." Ford responded, insisting he wasn't attacking the show, only the framing. But the moment had already tipped. Behar removed her microphone with a decisive motion. The audience gasped. The co-hosts looked stunned. "I'm done," she said, standing from her chair. "You can continue without me." And with that, she walked off set. For several seconds, the studio was suspended in disbelief. Cameras awkwardly cut to a wide shot. One co-host attempted a lighthearted remark to diffuse the tension, but the strain was unmistakable. Ford sat back in his chair, expression unreadable, hands folded calmly as the show cut to commercial earlier than scheduled. Within minutes, social media platforms exploded. Clips of the walk-off circulated at lightning speed. Hashtags trended globally. Some viewers praised Behar for standing her ground, arguing that she refused to allow her perspective to be undermined. Others criticized her exit as unprofessional, insisting that heated debate is part of the show's DNA. When the program returned from break, Behar's chair remained empty. The remaining co-hosts addressed the situation carefully. One emphasized that live television can produce unexpected moments. Another reassured viewers that passionate discussions are part of what makes the show resonate. Harrison Ford, maintaining composure, expressed respect for differing opinions and reiterated that his intent was not to attack anyone personally. The segment continued, but the energy had undeniably shifted. The interview wrapped sooner than planned. Ford thanked the hosts and exited the stage to polite applause, though the earlier enthusiasm had dimmed. Backstage reports soon surfaced describing a flurry of activity behind the scenes. Producers were said to be in urgent discussion. Network executives reportedly monitored the online reaction in real time. Speculation mounted. Was this a temporary walk-off fueled by emotion, or something more permanent? Later that afternoon, a brief statement was released confirming that Behar had left the set following a spirited exchange, and that discussions were ongoing. The wording was careful, neutral, and open-ended. It did little to quiet the growing buzz. For longtime fans, the incident felt particularly significant. Joy Behar has been one of the show's most recognizable voices for decades, known for her sharp humor and unapologetic viewpoints. Her willingness to challenge guests, politicians, and even fellow co-hosts has defined many of the program's most viral moments. Seeing her walk away in real time felt unprecedented. Industry analysts quickly weighed in. Some suggested that the clash highlighted the broader tension in media between entertainment and political discourse. Others framed it as a clash of generational communication styles, Ford's understated pragmatism versus Behar's confrontational candor. As evening news programs replayed the clip, commentary intensified. Was Ford dismissive, or simply setting boundaries? Was Behar defending the show's integrity, or escalating unnecessarily? The debate mirrored the very dynamic that sparked the incident. By the next morning, headlines speculated about Behar's future. Would she return to her seat as if nothing had happened? Would the network issue a joint statement? Or had viewers witnessed the final chapter of a long and influential tenure? When the show aired again, anticipation was high. The camera panned across the panel. And there she was. Joy Behar returned to her seat, greeted by applause. She addressed the incident directly. "We're live television," she began, acknowledging that emotions can run high. She explained that she felt strongly about the conversation and needed a moment to step away. There was no dramatic resignation announcement, no confirmation of a permanent exit. She also clarified that disagreements, even uncomfortable ones, are part of meaningful dialogue. The other co-hosts echoed the sentiment, emphasizing mutual respect despite differing views. The tone was calmer, reflective. Though the situation appeared resolved on screen, the ripple effects continued. Ratings reportedly spiked following the viral moment. Critics revisited long-standing debates about civility in media. Supporters applauded the authenticity of unscripted television. As for Harrison Ford, he remained largely silent beyond his on-air remarks. Sources close to the actor described him as unfazed, viewing the incident as an intense but not unusual media moment. His reputation for guarded interviews and dry humor has long been part of his public persona. In retrospect, the clash may be remembered less as a dramatic rupture and more as a snapshot of the current cultural climate, passionate, polarized, and amplified by instant digital reaction. Live television, by its very nature, carries risk. It thrives on spontaneity, and sometimes, that spontaneity reveals raw human emotion. For Joy Behar, the walk-off reinforced her image as a host unwilling to dilute her convictions. For the show, it underscored both the challenges and power of unscripted dialogue. And for viewers, it provided a reminder that behind the polished set and bright studio lights are real people navigating complex conversations in real time. Whether one sided with Behar or Ford, the moment captured something undeniably compelling: two strong personalities colliding over ideas that matter deeply to them. The tension was uncomfortable, but it was authentic. In the days that followed, the clip continued to circulate, analyzed from every angle. Communication experts dissected body language. Media commentators debated decorum. Fans created memes that alternated between humor and outrage. Yet amid all the noise, one fact stood out: people were watching. They were engaged. They were talking. Perhaps that is the paradox of moments like these. Conflict can fracture, but it can also illuminate. It can reveal where lines are drawn and why. It can challenge both participants and observers to examine their assumptions. Joy Behar's decision to walk off set, even briefly, became more than a headline. It became a cultural flashpoint, reflecting the intensity of modern discourse. And in returning to her seat, she demonstrated that stepping away does not always mean stepping out. Live television moved on, as it always does. Cameras rolled, topics shifted, new guests arrived, but for those who witnessed that heated exchange, the memory lingered, a reminder that sometimes the most unforgettable moments are the ones no script could ever predict.